Today we would like to start with the rate laws. What is the concept? Rate laws. We can understand rate law is nothing but is also called as rate expression, rate equation. Rate law is also called as rate equation here. At a fixed temperature, the rate of given reaction depends on concentration of the reactants. Here the exact relation between concentration and rate is determined by measuring the reaction rate with different initial reactant concentrations. By a study of numerous reactions, it is shown that rate of reaction is directly proportional to the reactant concentrations, and each concentration being raised to some power. This is mathematically you have taken A gives rise to products in that rate expression here. Rate is proportional to concentration of A power n. The square bracket indicates concentration power n, small n. And after that, this proportionality constant K is introduced, arbitrary constant, and the entire expression became rate is equals to K into A concentration power n. Okay. For this reaction, 2A plus B gives rise to products. A reaction is taken here, and in this reaction, the reaction rate is with respect to A and B determined varying concentrations of one reactant. That means when you are determining the rate of A and with respect to B, you have to tell about the rate of reaction. Okay, with respect to A, with respect to B, determining varying concentration of one reactant. So one reactant concentration is changing. The other reactant concentration we are not changing. So keeping that of the others constant, the rate of reaction is expressed as rate is equals to K into A concentration power m here and B concentration power n taken. So what is small m is the power of concentration of reactant A, and what is n? That is the power of concentration of reactant B. So in this case, what happened? The first equation we have rate is equals to K into concentration of A power n, general equation. But in this equation we have second equation, that is 2A plus B gives rise to products. In this equation, the rate expression became K into A concentration power m and B concentration power n. So when we are expressing the rate with respect to A, keeping the concentration of B, we are keeping constant. So this is most important point. Now we have two expressions, are the expression 1 and expression 2. Tell the relation between rate of reaction and reactant concentrations. Now if you see here, let us observe. This is what is the meaning of this rate expression is the expression which shows that how the reaction rate is related to concentration, that is called as rate law or rate equation. So it's a mathematical expression. Rate law is a mathematical expression and shows the dependence of the rate on the concentration of reactant. So here we have exponents are there. Exponents small n, small m in the above rate law. Usually a small whole number integer 1, 2, 3 are fractional, that is exponential. Exponent is nothing but a fractional. So later we may call this is one important term in the chemical kinetics. So this proportionality constant, the K, is considered as rate constant. And for some chemical equations, if you see nitrogen pentoxide decomposition reaction, the rate law can be written as rate is equals to concentration of N2O5 into K. And hydrogen iodide formation reaction rate equation given as rate is equals to K into concentration of H2, concentration of I2. And NO2 decomposition reaction 2NO plus O2, for this rate is given as rate is equals to concentration of K, concentration of NO2 power 2 into rate constant is given. So here 2 means that is exponent of concentration of the reactant NO2. And in the another equation, that is NO plus H2, 2NO plus 2H2 gives rise to N2 plus 2H2. In this rate expression is given as concentration of H2 power 1 only given, concentration of NO power 2 given. But here in the fourth equation, if you keenly observe, the coefficient number of moles of H2 in the given equation is 2. But in the rate expression, the exponent of concentration of H2 is only 1 given. So here we have a doubt is there. What is the meaning of this is? Equation, whatever the number of moles is there for the reactants, the exponent in the rate expression for that reactant may or may not be same. That is what we understand from this equation. So there might be a different way of approach is required to understand what is the exponent and its details. Let us move to that discussion. That is nothing but order of reaction. So that discussion is called as order of reaction. So what is order of reaction? Order of reaction is defined as sum of the powers of the concentrations in the rate law. So whatever we told small m and small n here in this rate law, their total value we will call it as order of reaction. And the order of reaction can be defined with respect to a single reactant also. So this is what telling about experimental determination of order of reaction, not theoretical determination. So thus reaction with respect to A, the order of the reaction with respect to A is small m, and with respect to B small n. Okay, that's why the overall order of reaction will become m plus n, may range from 1 to 3 and can also be a fraction. So this is what most important discussion we made here. And coming to that above reactions rate expressions and overall order of reaction. See, this power of N2O5 is 1, so order of reaction is 1. Here the powers of H2 is 1, I2 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. And in the other equation we have NO2 decomposition reaction. There we have power already is there in the rate law, that is 2. That is overall order of reaction. And in this rate expression, power of H2 is 1 and NO is 2. So 2 plus 1 is the 3. And other equation we have methane, chloroform plus chlorine. That means chloroform with chlorine reaction. The power of Cl2 is given as 1 by 2 and chloroform is 1. So what is the order of reaction? 3 by 2, or you can write it as 1 by 2, a mixed fraction. So from this another last example, this fraction is coming means order may be changes, and it may be a fraction, it may be an integer between 1 to 3, or sometimes it may be 0 also. We will come to know that. So reactions may be classified into this kind, that is when the order is 1, you can call that is first order reaction. When the order is 1, the overall order, first order reaction. If it is 2, second order. If it is 3, third order reaction. We can classify the reactions on the basis of order of reaction, first order, second order, third order. Let us move on to another important information we have. That is so nothing but molecularity of the reaction. Chemical reactions may be classified into 2 types. So order is a one question in the examination. We can understand, we can write it like that. And chemical reactions may be classified into 2 types according to this molecularity: elementary reactions and complex reactions. So before learning about molecularity of the reactions, telling about one thing, that is we should have an idea about what is elementary reaction, what is a complex reaction. what is an element reaction and what is a complex reaction. Okay. Here, an elementary reaction is a simple reaction which occurs in single step. What about the complex reaction? Complex reaction which occurs in 2 or more steps. Okay. So let us see what is molecularity of an elementary reaction. Usually, molecularity of elementary reactions is defined as number of reactant molecules involved in the reaction. So if one is involved, we'll call it as unimolecular. If two are involved, it is bimolecular, collision is happening. If three are involving, there is called as thermomolecular reactions. Now, thus the molecularity of an elementary reaction can be 1, 2, 3, etc. according to as 1 or 2 or 3 reacting molecules that are participating in the reaction. So elementary reactions having molecularity 1, 2, 3 are also known as unimolecular, bimolecular, termomolecular respectively. Now we should understand what is the difference between this order and molecularity, because first we have to understand the difference between molecularity and order. Then after we will find out exactly how molecularity can be identified, exactly how order can be determined in experimental conditions. See, molecularity versus order of reaction. The term molecularity is often confused with order of reaction. See, yes, it is confused until we don't know the meaning of it. So the total number of molecules or atoms which take part in the reaction as represented by chemical equation is known as molecularity of the reaction. But while that of order of reaction is sum of the powers in which the concentration terms raised in the rate law, which is called as order of reaction. Now you see the molecularity of an order of molecularity and order are identical for some of the elementary reaction steps. See, the rate of elementary reaction is proportional to number of collisions between the molecules or atoms of reactions. So number of collisions in turn proportion to concentration of each reacting molecule. Thus, for this reaction 2A plus B gives rise to products. The rate can be written as rate into concentration of A power 2 into concentration of B power 1, which will come as rate law. Here 2 molecules of A in the given equation, 2 molecules of A and 1 molecule of B are participating in the reaction. Then molecularity of the reaction will be 3. So sum of the powers of the rate law is also coming 3. Thus, molecularity and order of element reaction in this case are same. Now we will see molecularity and order of elementary reactions. A gives rise to products, molecularity is 1. Rate law is this one. Rate is equal to K into A concentration power 1. Order is 1. While that of A plus A gives rise to products, molecularity is 2. Rate is equals to K into concentration of A power 2. Order is 2. And A plus B gives rise to products. In the other equation we have molecularity is 2. The rate equation given as K into concentration of A into concentration of B. Order is given as 2. As A concentration power 1, B concentration power 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. While that of A plus 2B gives rise to products, molecularity is taken as 3. And order is, the rate is given as like this. Order also came same. A plus B plus C gives rise to products. In this case we have molecularity is 3. And rate also given as equals to K into concentration of A into B concentration into C concentration. So A power 1, B power 1, C power 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. Okay. Now you'll see exactly the examination point of view how the question they are asking is. explain the differences between give the differences between order and molecularity. In that case, in your final examination, theory examination, you should write these points. Order of reaction in one side, another side, molecularity of the reaction you have to write, and order of reaction when you are writing, the definition we have to write first. Order of reaction is sum of the powers of the concentration terms in the rate law. While that of molecularity first point, it is number of reacting species undergoing simultaneous collision in the elementary or simple reaction. That is the definition. Whereas order of reaction is determined experimentally, theoretical concept is molecularity. You can have fraction value in the order of reaction, but molecularity always a whole number. Order of reaction can assume zero value, but you cannot assume zero value for molecularity is another point. The other one is fifth one. Order of reaction can change with the conditions like pressure, temperature, and concentration. But molecularity invariant for chemical equation. So invariant means it is not going to change. So this is all you have to write in the examination. Actually, it is the most important question in the final examination point of view. Okay. Now, let us move to the next one. That is zero order reaction. What is the meaning of zero order reaction? Reactant whose concentration does not affect the rate of reaction is not included in the rate law. Because when you are writing rate law, concentration power, something we are writing, but some concentration power, if you write zero, that is zero order reaction. That indicates that that concentration of that reactant is not going to change the rate of reaction. So rate of reaction in which the concentration of reactant is independent of that rate. That is zero order reaction. So anything, any reactant concentration power 0, if you write, that will become 1 only. And the zero order reaction is now said to be one whose rate is independent of concentration. And this is the rate law of the reaction for such reactions is equals to rate constant. Okay. So NO2 plus CO gives rise to NO plus CO2 at 200 degrees Celsius. This is the equation given. In this case, we have two reactants. NO2 is there, CO is there. But usually, when we don't know this concept, then what we will write is concentration of NO2 power 2 into concentration CO power 1. Means without writing anything, we can consider it as 1. But the concentration of CO here we are considering which is not depending on rate, means its power is 0, experimentally determined. Means excess of that reactant is taken, means that reactant concentration will become constant, not going to affect the rate of reaction. That's why this power 0 will become 1. Then the rate they have given as K into concentration of NO2 whole power 2. This is the equation they have given. So here the rate does not depend on CO, so that it is included in the rate law. And the power of CO is understood to be 0, and this reaction is called as zero order with respect to CO. But it is not completely zero order reaction. With respect to one reactant, this is considered as zero order reaction. So the reaction is second order with respect to NO2, zero order with respect to CO. The overall order of reaction is 2. Coming to zero order reactants, rate constant. So for a zero order reaction, what is rate constant? Rate constant is given as by expression K is equals to d by dt of concentration of A. What is this one is nothing but the rate is equals to rate constant for zero order As you know, rate is d by dt of concentration of reactant, that is rate constant. So C by T, C is moles per liter and time is seconds, then moles per liter per second, we can write the units. So units will be moles per liter per time interval, that is seconds, minutes, days, years, like that you can consider it. Moving on to the next thing. What are pseudo first order reactions? What are pseudo first order reactions? Actually, pseudo first order reactions in which one of the reactants is present in large excess shows an order different from the actual order. Here, this is a quite interesting concept and most important also for the examination point of view. Let us see the reaction in which reactants is present in large excess shows an order different from the actual order. The experimental order, which is not actual one, is referred to as pseudo first order reaction. That means usually it looks like higher order reaction, but it is a lower order reaction. Means an elementary reactions in molecularity and order is identical. That case only pseudo order reactions may also be called as pseudo molecular reactions. Here we have A plus B general equation given and rate given as K into concentration of A, concentration of B given. But when it comes to rate law expression experimentally, practically, then the rate is became concentration of A into rate constant. When the elementary reaction, we got order is 2, molecularity is 2, but order is 1 here. So looking higher order, but it is a lower order reaction. Okay. Whereas new rate constant K dash will become K into B concentration. Thus actual order of reaction is second order reaction. But in practice, it will be first order. Therefore, reaction is said to have pseudo first order reaction. So what is pseudo order reaction? Means pseudo first order reaction means it is a first order reaction but looks second order. So how it is possible? Why it is happening? Why it is happening means one of the reactant we have taken large excess. See, in the beginning only one point is very clear. Reactants, one of the reactants present large excess. When you take one reactant large excess, its concentration power will become 0 in the rate law. So that experimental example we will see, example of pseudo order reactions. Hydrolysis of ester here. Ethyl acetate upon hydrolysis in aqueous solution using a mineral acid at catalyst forms acetic acid and ethyl alcohol. See, ethyl acetate water is taken excess, very clearly given. So you will get a carboxylic acid and alcohol from ester, but which is taken excess? Water. So the rate constant into concentration of water in the expected rate law will become constant, again K. K dash they have taken. So that's why water concentration power 0 is taken. That means water concentration power 0 will be 1. So the reaction is actually second order, but in practice found to be a first order. That reaction is called as pseudo first order reaction. So what are pseudo first order reactions? It looks second order, but it is not second order, it is first order. Okay, let us go to the another important thing that is called as first order reaction, direct first order reaction. First order reaction, if you take A gives rise to products initially time 0, chemical reaction not started, but A concentration is taken small a moles per liter. In such a case, after some time interval T, X moles of A is changed. What is the meaning of this? Is from A, there is X moles reduced. So it will become A minus X. After, what is the time interval? T time interval. So initially time is 0. After time interval T, its concentration is became A minus X. So that's why you know that first order reaction, the rate of reaction is depending on concentration. At that time interval, that rate is called as dx by dt is proportional to a minus x. After that, putting rate constant, it will become like this. So this is the point. After separating the variables, we got dx by a minus x, that is equal to k into dt. After that, we applied the integration for this, then integral 1 by x dx is ln x. So that's why applying this one, we got minus ln a minus x is equal to kt plus I. We got I is integration constant, integral constant, and that integral constant is identified considering the t value is 0 and x value is 0 initially. After that integral constant we got is minus ln a, that is substituted in this a by expression. We got that is minus ln a minus x, that is equals to kt minus ln a. So here that kt we want means this ln a is separated from this side, then ln a minus ln a minus x has become ln a by a minus x. This is what shown here. Okay, from that ln k value calculated, that is 1 by t ln a by a minus x. After that, this is converted to normal logarithmic form, that is 2.303 log k. So this is rate constant 2.303 by t log a by a minus x for the first order reaction. And this is found to be found by substituting the values of a and a minus x only, and time also. What time the reaction they are given. And sometimes what will happen, integrated rate law also can be written like this. That's 2.303 by t2 minus t1 log a minus x1 by log a minus x2, where x1 x2 are the amounts decomposed into two intervals t1 and t2 respectively from the start. So how these two things came? These two things came means they have calculated from the above formula only. Let us come to the first order unit of first order rate constant. Concentrate, these concentrations cancels. Here time interval only there. So time inverse is only the unit for this one. So unit for this one is time inverse. Now let us see examples for this first order rate reactions. We have nitrogen pentoxide decomposition in carbon tetrachloride solution is one most important example for it. Okay. This is second order reactions. Let us move to the next one. Second order reactions. We have 2a gives us two products given. After dx by dt came to a minus x whole power 2. Separating the variables, we got this second expression, and integration 1 by a minus x is equal to kt plus I. We got I is integral constant. Initial conditions applied in the equation. After that, we got I value as 1 by a. This is the fourth one. So when you add I value in the third equation, we will get 1 by n minus x is equal to kt plus 1 by a we got, and the kt has become 1 by a minus x minus 1 by a. After this t is sent towards right side, of that this equation became 1 by t into x by a into a minus x after getting LCM, because LCM is a minus x minus a by a into a minus x, that is equals to x by a into a minus x. Okay, yeah, this is minus, this is plus. So like that the x we got. So it is called as integral equation of the second order reaction. And for this reaction, if you are trying to find the units, rate constant units, this a minus x, a units are concentration units only, suppose molarity, a minus x units also molarity, and x units also molarity. So molarity by molarity square 1 by T. T means time. Here what will happen? Molarity cancels. That means molarity inverse, time inverse. So molarity inverse, time inverse is what? Moles per liter. See, this is moles per liter whole power minus 1 time inverse. So it will become mole power minus 1 liter time inverse. That's what's shown here. Okay. Now let us move to the second order reaction examples. We have second order reactions and hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. Sodium hydroxide is taken in these hydrolysis reactions. It is a second order reaction. So the reaction is carried out in a vessel at constant temperature, taking the equimolar amounts of ethyl acetate and sodium hydroxide. Measured volumes of reaction mixture, assume 25 ml is taken, withdrawn at various times and titrated against the standard acid. Of that, here in the presence of acid reaction happened, and gives initial concentration is A minus X after time interval T, which are substituted in the integrated rate equation. You will get the entire information about the rate constant. So experimentally it is proved that second order reaction is nothing but ethyl acetate hydrolysis. Ethyl acetate hydrolysis without sodium hydroxide is first order reaction. Ethyl acetate hydrolysis in the presence of with sodium hydroxide is nothing but second order reaction. Okay. So friends, today we have discussed in this session all these points. What are the points? I have discussed about these points in the present session, today's class. That is, from here I have started. That is, from rate law I have started, and order, rate law explained, order of reaction explained, and molecularity of the reaction discussed, and molecularity order identical for elementary steps also discussed, and the differences for examination point of board examination point of view, the table given, zero order reaction definition with examples, and not only this one, so many zero order reaction examples are, that is nothing but decomposition of ammonia, decomposition of hydrogen iodide in the presence of platinum gold surface areas and all you can consider, and that various examples also we will list out in the mapping cases. So important list of equations, that list we will give. Zero order rate constant units also discussed, pseudo first order reaction, and first order reactions rate constant derivation, most important question for all final board examinations for secondary students, and after that units for the rate constant first order. Second order also we have discussed for next level, high level, and second order units also given. Second order example, that example is typical example given, that is ethyl acetate ester also. Okay, hope dear students we have given relevant examples for the order of reactions as well as the rate of reactions, elementary steps and all in this session. Hope you have noticed the points, and you can also write down the notes from this session, and notes, along with notes my class will be there every time, and there won't be any separate thing. That means in this notes, if you want any next level, high level notes also, that notes also will be uploaded depending on the requirement via messages. Okay. Thank you very much for this session. I hope you all going to observe my classes and take my classes and come into Zoom online. I will be coming Zoom classes. I will start Zoom classes in the daytime, particular time intervals also I will provide for the students who are interested to join in my classes. Okay, thank you very much from my end. Best of luck for all the students, those who are seriously preparing for coming competitive examinations. Okay, thank you very much.